Does your dog suffer from lung or general respiratory congestion? Now, conventional medications to treat this might include antibiotics, steroids, and certain anti-inflammatory drugs to help reduce overall mucus and congestion and infection. But what are the alternatives? Now, did you know that there are some wonderful herbs that can really improve your dog's breathing and overall lung health? So today, let's look at my top 5 herbs to help do just that. So stay tuned to learn more. Hi there guys, it's Lyndall Pinchin, Canine Naturopath, back from Canine Vitality. Welcome to the channel Herbs for Happy Healthy Dogs. Guys, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe and click on the bell to be notified of any of all my upcoming content. Welcome back to those of you who've been here before. I do appreciate the support. So, as I said, medication features heavily when it comes to some sort of respiratory infection or allergy or that sort of thing, but we really want to look at alternatives. Now, while there's always a place for medication, I find that when it comes to lung and upper respiratory issues in general, you just can't beat the power of herbs. Now, there are a number of fantastic herbs for improving lung health and general upper respiratory health to clear out that mucus, improve breathing, and also reduce infection. Whether that's due to, as I said, whether that is an infection, an allergy, or so on. So let's just jump into our first herb today, which is mullein or verbascum thapsus. Now, this is a flowering plant that's actually a member of the snapdragon family, which my grandmother used to grow when I was a little girl. And it really has a long history of use in traditional medicine, particularly for those respiratory conditions. Now, mullein leaves and flowers contain various compounds that have benefits for lung health, and it's often used as an expectorant herb, which means that it can help to loosen and expel mucus from all the respiratory tract. Now, this can be beneficial for conditions such as your coughs, bronchitis, and general congestion, and as it's going to make it much easier as those airways clear and promote easier breathing. It will also help soothe irritation. Now, mullein's known for its soothing properties due to mucilage content. Now, mucilage is a gel-like substance that coats all mucous membranes within the body. And this herb helps alleviate that respiratory discomfort and irritation. Once again, as I said, it's often used where there's a lot of inflammation in the respiratory system. I personally use mullein a lot if I've got a dry or irritated cough, and it works very quickly to ease out those symptoms. Now, mullein also has great anti-inflammatory properties. Inflammation in your dog's lung can really contribute to a lot of those conditions, and like asthma, bronchitis, and that buildup of mucus. When we use mullein with that anti-inflammatory property, we can really help bring that inflammation down, making it much more easy for your dog to breathe and reduce down a lot of those symptoms. And finally, mullein has been found to have some antimicrobial action, which means that it can also be effective against certain pathogens. Now, its activity can really help target viral and bacterial lung infections to help support your dog's immune response. Now, in regards to dosing, I would use the tincture of 1 drop per kilo of body weight twice a day, although more can be used in those early acute stage of infection or inflammation. And if you're wanting to know more about specific doses, please feel free to reach out to me. All my details are below, or comment below as well. So that's number 1. Now, number 2 is marshmallow root, Althea officinalis. Now, this is a medicinal herb that has been traditionally used for various health purposes, including specifically lung health. Now, like mullein, marshmallow does have that high level of mucilage that we mentioned that has that soothing protective property. Now, one of marshmallow's main actions is known as a demulcent, and this is due to that mucilage. Because it has that ability to soothe and protect those really irritated tissues, it forms a protective layer on the mucous membranes of the respiratory tract, potentially bringing down the cough and the symptoms of bronchitis and other respiratory issues. Now, in addition, This mucilage found in marshmallow root is really known to have expectorant properties, which means it's going to help loosen and expel mucus from your dog's respiratory tract. And by helping to clear this mucus out, like mullein, it can really help ease the congestion and help your dog start to breathe more easily, especially at night. Now, marshmallow root contains compounds that have been shown to possess some anti-inflammatory action as well. And once again, we know that inflammation in the lungs is going to contribute to respiratory problems, especially when it comes to asthma and allergy related issues. And marshmallow root can really reduce down that inflammation and soothe those areas and make it more, making it easier to breathe, but also reducing that allergy response. And it's also quite good for those irritated throats and laryngeal areas. Look at using 2 drops per kilo of body weight 2 times a day, but like mullein, higher doses can be used in those acute situations. So ask me for more information on that. Now, our third one is horehound or white horehound. Now, this is a member of the mint family. Now, this herb has a long history in cough syrups dating back to ancient times, and it's very rich in both vitamin C and antioxidant flavonoids. It also contains what are known as diterpenes, and these are what are responsible for helping break down and clear out that deep-seated mucus so your dog can get it out of their system. It's very much expectorant, which, like we've said before, it helps to promote that expulsion of mucus from the respiratory tract. And by loosening and thinning that mucus out, horehound can make breathing much easier as well. Now, horehound is known to be very soothing and is often used to alleviate that discomfort that comes with the irritation from respiratory issues, especially when it comes to bronchitis. Now, horehound's anti-inflammatory effects can really help reduce inflammation in all respiratory issues, but once again, bronchitis is where it stands out. It's also known as a vasodilator, which means it will open up and relax blood vessels, which means that it's going to allow for a better flow of oxygen to the lungs. Consider using 2 drops per kilo of body weight twice a day. Once again, for more specific dosing though, leave me a message below or contact me through my email. Number 4 is thyme or Thymus vulgaris. Now, this is an aromat herb which has really had a long history in using in traditional medicine for all sorts of treating all sorts of conditions, particularly respiratory problems. And it is also a member of the mint family. It's actually classed as a vegetable, believe it or not. Now, it contains thymol and cavacrol, which are 2 compounds that have been highly researched as having strong antibacterial and antifungal properties, which make it great in the case of nasty respiratory infections. Now, like horehound, it's very beneficial for that bronchitis. It's naturally high in vitamin A and C, which will help strengthen lung and surrounding bronchial tissues. And thyme has that expectorant, antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties too, which can help. It can also help as well relax the muscles of the of all those bronchial tissues in the respiratory tract. So it'll ease that constriction, making it a lot easier for your dog to breathe and also cough out that congestion. And finally, number 5, one of my favorites is elecampane. Now, elecampane really excels as a very warming expectorant, along with a range of other actions. And so it's really useful where there's bronchial catarrh and congestion in any case where there's a cough, especially a very productive wet cough where the mucus just seems to be stuck in your dog's lungs. It can be really used though for any kind of respiratory issue depending on what you're treating, and it combines well with other herbs. It also contains those diterpenes we mentioned earlier that help get in and break down mucus pockets and therefore excel in treating bronchitis, thinning out and clearing out mucus. Now, I like to combine it with other herbs, particularly marshmallow, mullein, and ginger is very good as well, as it helps to loosen and clear out that lung fluid. In terms of dosage, look at 1 to 2 drops per kilo of body weight twice a day, but once again, we can use higher doses there too. And of course, with all these herbs, there is that synergistic effect where when you combine more than one, you're going to gain even greater benefits. Now, typically these are common herbs I call on for coughs, lung infections, bronchial problems, asthma, allergies, all of those sorts of respiratory issues in dogs. They're very effective given together, and we can increase the dosage as needed for short periods of time. Now, if you've got a dog with anything going on in their respiratory system and you need some help, feel free to reach out to me, or if you'd like to know more about dosages, also leave a comment below or contact me. Guys, I hope you found that short video of some benefit. If you did, please like it and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to learn more. This also helps get that content out on YouTube. I hope you're having a great day, guys. It's a little bit cool here today. Poppy's having a little bit of a sleep at the moment, so she's curled up on her lounge. Anyway, have a good day. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.